Hey man, hi Prasanna, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm also good, man. Good to meet
Yeah.
you. I've seen your growth in your CAT percentile. It is pretty impressive. You got 98% two times, and this time you got 99.93, which I think is
Yeah.
fantastic. So before we delve into your CAT journey, I wanted to know a little bit about yourself. Okay, so can you just give me a background of who you are, where you studied, all of those things?
Yeah, so I was born and brought up in Bhiwandi city of Maharashtra, and I did
Okay.
my graduation from IIT Bombay in mechanical engineering. After which I joined City Services India Private Limited, and I've been working in City for the past 30 months, where I have been involved in many projects, different strategy work, and automation as well. And along with my job in City, I also gave CFA level 1 and 2 owing to my interest in finance. And so that like CFA level 2 I just gave in May last year. And after which I started preparing for my CAT like seriously. So basically I've given CAT two times before, but those were just attempts like without proper guidance and study. But yeah, this time I started from July, August itself, and I joined the daily targets and test series of Cracku. Yeah.
So can you tell me what exactly did you do differently this year? One thing is okay, taking it more seriously, maybe being more consistent, but did you do
Yeah.
anything psychologically? Did you tell yourself that this is like my last attempt or something like that? What exactly did you do differently from
Yeah.
last
So
time?
one.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Tell me.
one
Yeah.
major difference is that last year I gave CAT solely on the basis of my like whatever I knew on that day, right? Because I did my my DIR went well because it depends on how good you perform on the day as well. My VARC went well owing to Siley ma'am's revision lecture. I just saw that one lecture and went for the exam. But for QA, I just went and revised the formulas, and I had no practice. So what happened is, and it was the toughest quant like ever,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So when I just went into the exam, I went completely blank on seeing the quant paper. I just scored 11, and that too I don't think was something that I knew, right? So that was a major difference because I had no practice, and I thought just by knowing the formulas, I'll be able to solve questions, which was not at all the correct approach. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So how much did you score last time, percentile wise, in roughly in each of the sections? Approx.
So in VRC, I was around 95, I guess. Then in DILR, I had 99 point something. So that went
Okay.
really good last time. But in cons, it was around 85. I mean, less than 85.
Okay.
I came out of the paper and I was like, okay, this is gone.
Yeah. Which slot were you in last time? As in, was it slot one where you're in shock, or was it very later slots?
No, I was in slot two, but still I was shocked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So, but you continued working. So that I think is a very good thing. If you have a job,
Yeah.
even if CAD goes very badly, you will not have too much stress. So how did you
Yeah.
take it?
So my main aim, like for not giving cat that seriously last year was I wanted to understand my interest completely in finance, right? So I wanted to complete my level two first before I actually go and prepare for cat seriously, because I think it helps in like explaining as well why do you want an MBA, right?
Correct.
So I
Yeah.
think that was my sole motive, which helped me in preparing seriously this year.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Very good, very good. Your profile also is, I think, is very good, man. You scored 90 plus in 10th and 12th. Even in your graduation, you scored 90 plus. In
Yeah.
mechanical, 9 pointer is pretty tough, no?
Yeah, I mean, I tried a lot. I did not have about cat in mind, but I just wanted that sweet spot of 9 plus. So
Correct,
yeah, I
correct.
tried
Very
for
good.
it.
Very good. So now I think you'll get nearly all shortlists. So that also is good. So how was your daily schedule when you're preparing for CAT? So from July, August, you thought, okay, this time this is going to be a serious attempt. So what did you do on a roughly daily basis starting from July, August?
Yes, so as I was giving cat along with my job, right? And I have a hybrid model of my job. So I have to go to office 3 days a week, and the rest 2 days I'm working from home. So since my travel time is very high, I used to revise my concepts in my traveling time while traveling with on the train. So I used that time for revising. And when I was at home, I used to give out around 4 hours after my job for the preparation, like completely focused on cat. And so I used to do majorly is I used to let's say watch your playlist, like the question playlist, and also like I have solved the PYQs at least 4 or 5 times till now. because
Very good.
I was just practicing because I knew that the last time I did not practice and I knew the result, right? So this time I was just practicing every day and I used to give daily targets as well, like just solve them however they are. For VARC, it was particularly understanding the mindset of the question setter, right? Because
Yeah, correct.
my answers, what I thought was correct, and what the question setter was correct, like they were completely different. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the videos by Siley ma'am really helped a lot in that because I think after that there was a transition in my thinking completely. Like I started giving mocks as well, and then I was seeing the difference in my marks as well. So I think this was my routine. Like initially, it was a little on the lower side. I used to give 2 hours and all. I was just focusing more on my work so that I can build my credibility and then just then take some time off for CAT while the exam is near. But as the exam progressed, like it came near, I started solving more and I started giving the test series more, right? I think that helped me a lot in building my confidence, right? Like there
Yeah,
were
yeah.
times when the marks were low, but I was confident that okay, one paper is I think okay. On a long run, if I see, then it's coming out good, right? I'm progressing.
Yeah,
So
very
yeah,
good.
and some like I think 3 to 4 weeks before the CAT, I was completely in my zone. Like I took a leave of around 2 weeks. I just wanted to be in my zone and just keep on practicing. I think one thing that is more important is you should practice, you should have consistency, but while going to the exam, you should have that momentum as well. Your brain should
Very
be
good.
in that state that you are continuously solving sums, and whenever you see a question, you know what to do right in the
Very good.
moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Very
that
good. Yeah, many people I think don't take this seriously, but I can completely understand and agree with what you're saying 100%. Okay.
yeah,
Basically,
I
you
learned
should
it
have
from you. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, because that is exactly what even I do. Like many times, I'm actually a very good test taker. Okay, so normally 2 3 days before the examination, because I have this experience, 2 3 days before the
yeah,
examination, even I zone out completely. Okay, I don't want to like I stop using my phone. I only focus on the examination. Okay,
yeah,
so there is no distraction, no my this nothing on there. Okay, and then you are able to keep your calm, keep your nerves. Everything will be in control if you try to get into that zone 2 3 days before. And for
yeah,
students who are taking it maybe first time or second time, maybe 2 weeks, I think is fine. Very good idea of not going to office, taking a leave, and being fully focused on the examination. I think is also good. The next thing which I
yeah,
really like, which you told me, is towards then you started solving more and more, which again I think is very very important because
yeah,
I like you are saying when you have that momentum with you, it will help you quite a lot on the day of the examination. Many people, again, I
for
want to
sure.
stress one more thing. Okay, there are people who have the aptitude, there are people who perform well. Okay, they make use of their aptitude. Both are very important. Okay, just knowing the
Yeah,
answer and not performing on the day of the examination is completely useless. Okay,
yeah,
which is what I keep telling students, but many people underestimate the second part of actually performing on the day of the examination. But if you put
exactly. Yeah.
emphasis on both of it, I think you'll do quite well. So that is good.
Yeah, I
Very,
mean, so
yeah, yeah, tell me.
like being an engineer, so in my first attempt, right, I actually solved code pretty well, and
Mhm,
my DLR and VRC were pretty bad back then. So
mhm,
then I got around the same percent and 99 point something. And then I
mhm,
was in the second attempt, I was a little overconfident. Let's say that, okay, I've given it once and I know the formulas. I'm an engineer. Maybe I can just go and crack it, right?
mhm,
So that was my misconception, but practice is
mhm.
what you require. Like that, there is no other way out of it.
Yeah. So on the day of the examination, after you took the examination, immediately did you know that you did well, or were you still not confident, or how was it immediately after the examination was over?
So immediately after the examination, I did not know how I fared in DILR because it was easy and my
Mhm,
slot this time was one. So I had no idea how others had done. And
mhm,
it was easy. I thought I did good, but I think DILR I could have done better looking at the
mhm,
result afterwards.
mhm,
VARC, I didn't know what did in the exam. Like I
mhm,
did not know what were the correct answers, what were the wrong answers. I think it
mhm,
was a bit confusing this year as well, like last year.
mhm,
So
mhm,
yeah, I just focused on what I think was right because I had prepared my mindset in a way that
mhm.
a question setter wants, right? I trained
Very good.
myself on that part very well. So
Mhm,
I think that helped me a lot because there were some questions where I had to like just go by my intuition. Okay, this one looks right, and I've trained
mhm,
my mind this way, so this might be the right answer. And
mhm.
what one major difference was in VRC, they had shuffled the questions. So
Yeah.
there was a shock directly on seeing the paper. Okay, my first question is a VA question. How is it
Yeah.
possible? Yeah. Then I just went to the question paper and calmed myself down for 1 minute. I think so that comes with slot one, right? There are
Yeah, yeah.
unpredictable things happen.
Mhm.
And in BA, I think what helped me majorly is how to leave a question. I think
Mhm.
that is what I learned majorly from you as well, right? So
Yep.
when you practice a lot, you know how much time a question takes, what is the method to do a question, right? So
Correct.
since
Yep.
I practiced a lot, I think I knew which questions to leave the moment I saw them. So I was just like the way you solve a paper, right? You just see the
Yep.
question. If you know, you attempt it. If you
Yep.
don't know, you leave it, right? And that
Correct. Yep.
leaving part was very important for me because I did not
Yep.
like I was not used to leaving questions. Being like
Mhm.
I thought I could solve every question, right? But it's
Yeah, yeah.
not about solving every question. It's about solving the maximum number of questions that to correctly.
Correct. Yeah,
So
yeah.
that helped a lot. And by the time I was at the question, I think I had around just 2-3 minutes left. I just
Mhm.
skimmed around like I had left 4 questions or something, and I
Mhm.
just like saw to them. I knew I couldn't do them in the time that is left. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
okay. I was just
Mhm.
calm. So
Mhm.
yeah, all in all, my DLR, I was sure I did well. I don't know how
Mhm.
well I did. VA,
Mhm.
I was QA, I was okay. Yeah, okay, I did
Mhm.
good. And
Mhm.
DRC, I had no idea how I did.
Very good, very good. Very nice to hear these kind of stories. One thing I want to ask before we finish the interview is I want you to give me two advices to future aspirants. One advice is what you think you have done well and what you would recommend them to do. The second thing is any mistake that you think you made, even in this attempt, and what you don't want any future aspirant to make. So, one thing they should do and one thing they shouldn't do.
Okay, so I'll start with the thing that we shouldn't do, right? Because I think that
Mhm.
is important.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
so these were my initial days of CAT. Like when I was preparing, I had a lot of thoughts in my mind. Okay, like okay, CAT, I'll study for CAT, and then
Mhm.
let's say what if my day goes bad, right? What should I do? Because
Mhm.
it's a belief, and I think it's true to some extent as well that luck plays a part in on the day of exam, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So I was thinking a lot on that part. Okay, let's say my luck is bad on the day. What should I do then? So I spent
Mhm.
a lot of time thinking on that. But
Mhm.
later on, I realized that okay, these are some things that are not in my control, right? So I mean,
Mhm.
even if I think about it, I can't do anything about it. So
Yeah.
what I can do is I'll prepare to such an extent that
Mhm.
even if my day goes bad, then
Mhm.
I'm okay. Like I'll still get all the calls, right? So
Mhm. Yeah.
like this mentality should be there. You should not think, okay, what if this happens, what if that happens? Just focus on what you have, what you can do, give
Yeah.
your efforts in that, and then I
Mhm.
think the non-controllables fall into place automatically if you're given
Correct.
in the effort. So
Yeah.
don't think about those part is what I would say, right?
Very good. Yeah.
And being an engineer, it was also like, okay, the cutoffs for engineers are too high. Like, is it even
Mhm.
possible to get such high score? Those all thoughts you should just keep aside and just accept it is
Mhm.
what it is and go on, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that is one thing that you should not do. And
Mhm.
in terms of what you should do, I think as my like since my learning from the last attempt, right? Even
Mhm.
if you know all the formulas, being an engineer, I knew all the formulas and still I
Mhm.
couldn't do well. So
Mhm.
you should just go on practicing. I mean, there is no other option to practicing. Even for DILR, right? My
Mhm.
day
Correct.
in the last attempt was lucky. It
Mhm.
sparked me, so I got a good percentile. But
Mhm.
you should not depend on that. As I said,
Mhm.
right? You
Yeah.
should not depend on that. So
Mhm.
basically, yeah, just keep practicing. Even if you know the concepts, you still require practice and consistency. And
Mhm.
the most important thing is you should have your momentum when you go for the exam. That is
Mhm.
something I think I learned it this year. Like, okay, you have
Mhm.
practiced, but
Mhm.
your mind is not in that stage where you okay see a question and directly know what to do, right?
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
part has to be there when you appear
Yeah.
for the exam. So you should build that or like
Mhm.
when you go for the exam. That is
Mhm.
very important.
Yeah. Very good, man. Very nice. I think you are actually pretty sorted in your mind about what needs to be done, what should not be done, which is very nice and very happy to see that. I think you will get
Yeah.
most of the calls, and I hope that you prepare enough and put in this much seriousness even for the interviews, because I'm sure
Yeah.
you already know it. But just as a matter of advice, I advise this to everybody who has done well: is that
Yeah.
interview weightage is still around 50%. Your CAT
Yep.
weightage, your profile weightage is 50, but 50% is still up for grabs. And so
Yeah.
prepare as hard for even the interviews. Don't take it easy, because sometimes I say it hurts quite a lot that somebody who has scored 99.95, 94, all of this, and ending up without any very good call because they have taken the interview part easy. I've seen that happen sometimes, not often, because many people who have scored 99.9 plus already know the importance of that effort, or how much, like you're saying, luck also went into it to actually enable that this kind of a percentile has come. So many people actually prepare well. So I hope you also prepare very well and convert most of the calls. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sir. Because I have my colleagues that were already into some institutes. So and I know some people who got very high score and still like the interview played a lot, like mattered a lot in the end, right? So yeah, I have that in mind. So I work
Yeah.
on it. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Very nice interacting with you. We're always happy to see a success story. Okay.
Yeah, I'm also privileged to talk to you. Like I was seeing you on the streams and now I'm talking to you. Yeah, that feels
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Okay. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you.